Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Thank you, Omar.
I just thought maybe we could start by having you introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, hello, my name is Melissa Cristina Martinez. I am a wildlife educator and a shark scientist based out of Perth, Western Australia.
Amazing. And so we've had an incident. As you know, I think I sent you a link for that as well, where we had a shark attack a few days back here in the Red Sea near Hurghada in Egypt, and it's been something that seemed to has been occurring once a year, almost at the same time. What's been really disturbing for me is the reaction to the situation, which has been the reaction to any sort of attack like that over the years, where there's a huge public fear, which is usually followed by different reactions. But this time it was sort of, there was a, obviously they stopped all marine activities for a few days. And then very, very sadly, like there was, these, gruesome videos circulating of the shark being pulled out of the water and sort of even, being, tortured really to death. And I just wondered, in your career, do you see this kind of misunderstanding, this sort of thing happening? Like what is the type of reactions that you see when incidents like this happen in different parts of the world?
Yeah, very similar to what we're seeing here. I feel sharks really provoke this kind of very primal fear in us. It is when shark attacks do happen or fatal shark bites do happen, as we've seen just happen recently. It does promote a lot of fear in people, and just from that fear, we do end up making decisions that are sometimes irrational. So to put it in perspective of kind of where the shark bite kind of falls into the grand scheme of things, there's over 500 different species of sharks. Of those, according to the International Shark Attack File, there's about 34 of them that have been on the record or have been observed actually biting people. And one of those is the tiger shark, which is what this shark is believed to be, and that is what came out. And so tiger sharks are known to have those negative human interactions where they do bite people. One of the reasons for this is they just happen to occupy the same exact spaces as people who use the water, so ocean users, in regards to being in like that surf zone area. Shark bites are very rare. Overall, in the whole entire world, on average, we have about 6 to 7 fatal shark bites. Shark attacks in the Red Sea and in that coastal area is actually really rare as well. With Egypt trying to, well, first of all, they have some of the most beautiful, renowned destinations for tourism. So a lot of people are going to those waters to go diving, to go surfing, to just enjoy it. Plus, it's also really, really nice and warm. So people are going there, enjoying themselves more in those waters. And so with more people going into the water, the chances, even though they're very low, of people getting bit by sharks are going up. There are some external factors as well that kind of go into this. Could people be throwing meat into the water? So bait almost in a way, or extra sustenance that is drawing these animals in. Could there be environmental factors that are causing this? What a lot of people kind of want to know, why is this happening? And unfortunately, shark bites are so complex and something that we're really just now starting to get to understand, that there's no one answer. And unfortunately with this, we don't have a set answer as to why it happened. Shark bites are very rare, but they do cause a lot of fear. So what we're seeing happening right now, unfortunately, it's not rare. When it comes to shark bites, usually, if anything, we see very similar pattern happen with shark bites where, people in this heightened state of emotion want to cull the sharks. They want to go after the sharks. They want to ban on sharks. People talking bad about sharks, but sharks are a really important part of the marine ecosystem. So we can't just go extracting them from that habitat because, well, if you do, you basically are just tearing apart the ocean, and you need a healthy ocean in order to have a healthy planet.
I think sort of many years ago in Sharm el-Sheikh, there was still a lot of tourism, but we, didn't used to hear about those types of sharks attacks almost at all. And maybe it's it did happen, but it's just an information bias. But I wonder, there's obviously climate change is happening all over the world. Do you think the rise in sea temperatures and changes of habitat in that sense could that be contributing? I know you mentioned it could be a number of things and it's complex, but what in this situation, what would do you have any sense with the Red Sea in particular of what could be happening here?
Climate change definitely could be one of those issues. We've already seen it in different parts of the world where it is actually changing not only the range of the prey that the animals are eating, so the prey that the sharks are eating, but also the sharks' range of movement as well as they follow their food. So that's definitely an option that could happen. Unfortunately, with this particular incident, there's just not enough information just yet for us to kind of formulate an idea of what happened. There's a lot of theories, but it's just so hard to tell because, even as shark scientists, we have such large gaps in our knowledge of these animals because they are so elusive. They're so hard to be able to tag, and trying to study an animal in an ocean environment just presents so many different challenges. So it really is tough to be able to pin down the why behind one of these interactions.
You mentioned, that it needs more study. How would one go about that? Is tagging the first step, or if the creature itself is not tagged, is there anything that can be done, or that has to be always the starting point?
Tags are definitely one way to be able to study these animals, and they're probably one of the best ways because, depending on how much money you have, how much tags you have, and what the tag does, it can give you quite a long lifespan of tracking the movements of a particular animal. There's also some non-invasive ways of being able to figure out what's where during certain time periods, during certain seasons. Baited remote underwater video cameras, something that I use quite often in my research. That's something that a lot of people are now starting to go towards a bit more just because it's a little bit less invasive. In Australia, we have something that's called a shark exclusionary net, or just an exclusionary net. It's a mesh that is very, very thin. It's almost impenetrable by anything, essentially, except the water, that they will set up in a beach in a perimeter. And that is the perimeter that people will stay in. That will be the place that nothing comes in, nothing gets out, sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to start preventing this, essentially. And that's just something that we need to learn to do as we coexist with these animals, because culling them is not the answer. Getting rid of them isn't the answer. We have to coexist with them. And, they're predators. There will be that human-wildlife interaction where you have these bites that happen, but they're such a critical part of our marine ecosystem. We need them.
How does a shark, in terms of the shark's psyche, how does it see a human? We've all heard about, if you're a diver, you're really safe. If you're snorkeling, it's a bit more dangerous, or a surfer. Some will say, a shark might, bite you, but once it's, understood what it is that it's biting, it's going to go away. Is this something that changed from, shark to shark, or is it just one standard thing? And how do we just shedding more light on that, I think, might be helpful as well.
Yeah, no, it does depend shark on shark in regards to shark eye vision. They rely on a lot of different senses when it comes to hunting and kind of honing down on prey, particularly. The theory is this mistaken identity theory. That's one of the more prevailing ones, in that a lot of these sharks are ambush predators. So great white shark, tiger shark, bull shark, that's kind of the top three in the International Shark Attack file. And so these guys are ambush predators, and where a lot of times they're looking at the silhouette and being like, oh, okay, well, that silhouette looks very similar to something that is on the menu for me, be it a sea turtle, be it a seal. I think something that people have to realize is we're not on the menu for these guys. Unfortunately, sometimes, we are bitten, but as a food source, we're not on the menu for sharks. So if you see people fishing nearby, probably don't get into the water. That is kind of like a free alarm bell for these guys of, hey, there's some food in the area. Trying not to swim between dusk or dawn, which is one of the 2 most popular times in regards to hunting for sharks. Always swimming with a buddy. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to minimize that risk from something that's a very, very rare event anyways.
So when an attack like that happens, in terms of dealing with the incident itself, the shark itself should be sort of, left to its own devices to just continue its natural, cycle and movement. You said that there is not necessarily much benefit from sort of trying to pinpoint what the why is, because there's so many different factors. And so would you say like most of the effort then should go into these, early alert efforts and operations? It should go into, just various ways of keeping the public safe and so on. And then obviously research and much more funding going into this type of research to gain a better understanding long term? Or is there something that, if from a best practice point of view in an incident like this, is there a certain set of things that should happen?
I think you can do both. You can do both in tandem, in that you divert funds to both research about shark movements, so we can start learning about what is happening with these animals, and maybe glean what that why might be from those movements and that behavioral analysis. At the same time, also keeping people safe and putting money towards those safety measures. I think you can do both at the same time, because it's not so much that the why doesn't matter. It's that it's at this point in time very hard to pinpoint why it happens for many of these cases. And so while we are trying to figure out that why, we need to also protect people and make them feel safe in, their local backyard, in their beaches. And so how we can do that is with that drone monitoring, that helicopter monitoring, those shark spotters, that shark exclusionary net. There's many different ways of doing that so we can coexist with these animals. And it's, I think we're at a point in our life on planet Earth that we have to learn how to coexist with not just sharks, but every single predator that we have on our planet. Everything from jaguars to lions to wolves to cougars, everything. We have to learn how to coexist with these animals, because we are sharing land and sea with them, and they're not going to go away anytime soon. So we have to realize that is their domain, and we're just visitors in it.
Yeah. How much time do we really have to get this right? Because it seems that, maybe you can shed some light on, how fragile these ecosystems are, and also, how shark numbers around the world have been dwindling, and what that actually means as well. But not just for, obviously what it means for marine ecosystems and marine life, but also what that in turn means for our life here, terrestrial life even.
Yeah, I'll answer that question first, in that in order to have a healthy terrestrial life, you need a healthy oceanic life. And the simplest way of explaining that is our planet is made up majority of the ocean. So if we don't have a healthy ocean, we don't have a healthy planet. And in order to get a healthy ocean, you need healthy shark populations, because they are such an important predator for the ocean in regards to the ecological services that they provide. And so if you take that away, you are dismantling the most important ecosystem on our planet that keeps us running. So you don't get a healthy green without a healthy blue. So it is of everyone's interest that we get this right, essentially. In regards to sharks and extinction rates, so basically the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species came out with an assessment of sharks that estimated over 1/3 of the species, so about 37%, up to about 45.5%, that kind of range, are now threatened with extinction. And that means they're either considered critically endangered endangered or vulnerable. That is terrifying to know, because for quite a lot of those over 500 different species that I was talking about earlier, a lot of them are data deficient. So that means we actually don't have enough data to give them one of those rankings. And for them, it might mean they're also on that list too. And of the 500, I think there's about like a third, maybe 25% of them that are data deficient. So it could be 50% to 60% are threatened with extinction. And, sharks have been around for millions and millions of years. Sharks as a whole are older than trees. And so they've been through multiple extinction episodes before. This is a big one for them right now. And so I think it's something that we keep in the back of our minds, that as we're demonizing these animals, we are also losing a really important part of our ecosystem. And I'm not here to tell people to get over their fear of sharks, because I understand it. They're not for everybody. They don't look all cute and cuddly like an orca or a dolphin or anything like that. I understand the fear that people feel towards sharks. What I'm asking people to think about is their relationship with nature and with predators in general, and to think about how we can better coexist with these animals.
If someone is, not understanding how it all works, like, what is it in the simplest of layman terms? How is it that the shark benefits the marine ecosystem, and how is it indispensable for it?
Yeah, so most simplest way possible is that sharks balance our food web. So they weed out the sick, the dying, the weak, the funky and mutated. And so you take away that kind of almost like proverbial trash can that is keeping our oceans as clean as possible. We get better seafood. We get a healthier ocean ecosystem, because they're weeding out it's Darwinism, only the fittest survive sort of thing. And so they are allowing our oceans to be as strong as possible. If you take that out, that gatekeeper out, you're then allowing for an ocean to almost cripple itself with the dead, the weak, the dying, the ones that almost in a way shouldn't be there in regards to fish and the food web. And so they're helping prey populations not overrun in certain places. Their mere existence actually influences fish behavior of where they are, when they are, what they're eating, what they're not eating. And so they're not only influencing just the food web, but also how an ecosystem works. You take away something that's so important that influences how an ecosystem works.
Yeah.
That's it. You're done. That ecosystem's going to fall apart. I have hope that, we can learn to coexist with these animals. It's going to take a lot of work from our part, definitely. But I have hope that, we look past the fear and we look at an animal that has a really important part to play in our planet.
Thank you very much for your time and helping us understand this situation.
No, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for providing a platform to talk about these animals in a more nuanced way. Sharks, again, very emotionally reactive. So I appreciate you having this platform and having followers that listen to such a balanced perspective on these animals.